This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Well, it's what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only station in town commercial free. For the next 15 minutes, we got you covered. Everything that you need to know. We'll be taking a look at traffic. David Mendoza is up in your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4, so we'll have a look at your morning commute. But first, we're talking with Jeanette. We're talking little difference in 24 hours, although more changes could be coming.
Yes, much quieter this morning.
Yep.
No weather-related problems. However, tomorrow in the morning, there may be issues because we could have some heavy thunderstorms in the area. I'll talk more about that coming up in your full forecast, but check out satellite and radar right now. Nothing more than just some cloudiness. And later this morning through the rest of the day, we'll see times of clouds and sun. Isolated shower or thunderstorm coming possible this afternoon into the early evening. Late this evening, there is the chance that an area of storms develops around central or west central Texas that will then make its way towards our viewing area. We'll track that for you. We'll talk about how much additional rain we could see. Your full forecast coming up in under 10 minutes.
All right, Jeanette, thank you. Quick peek of the roads from TransGuide, and then we'll talk to David Mendoza as the sun starts to peek through the skies as well. 281 looks good just north of town at Redland Road. One other camera angle, 151 at 410. That also looks good. Those access roads on 90 near Leon Creek, those are still closed because of flooding. All right, let's go to David. He is in your South Texas Ford dealer Sky. There he is, his smiling face, my friend. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great this morning. Right now we're over 35 on the northeast side getting a look at things. It's not looking too bad as you approach 410. We have someone pulled over here by a motorcycle cop. Those guys are quick. You got to watch out for the motorcycle cops. They'll be on you really quick, hiding in a little crevice or something. But as we approach 410, we're looking pretty good, headed south. Northbound, it's a little more crowded. But I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know what else I see. Back to you.
You know how you keep them off you? You just go the speed limit. That's what you do. David Mendoza there live. We'll check back in one last time before 7 a.m. San Antonio police, speaking of them, they need help finding 2 arson suspects. This incident happened on March 29th on Future Drive. 2 suspects caught on camera setting a victim's truck on fire in his own driveway. Look at that right there, that explosion. One of the suspects accidentally set himself on fire. Both ran from the scene. They're also looking for 20-year-old Tyron Dukes. He is charged with 2 counts of aggravated robbery. Stands about 5'7", weighs about 150 pounds. If you have information in either case, call that number, 210-224. That is STOP. If an arrest is made, you could earn a reward of up to $5,000. There's also a $10,000 reward for information about a local lieutenant's death. First Lieutenant Marciano Parisano of Cibolo disappeared from a club in Honduras back in early May 3rd. His friend telling News 4 that he got into a fight the night before he was found dead. He had just gotten engaged 2 weeks before all that happened. Also here in San Antonio, several people detained by ICE at the federal courthouse yesterday. News 4 getting video here of bus driving away, taking illegal migrants into custody. Witnesses told us that both adults and children were loaded onto that bus you saw there. We called ICE for comment. All they did was confirm the arrests. A new bill from the Texas Senate could end local gun buyback programs. So supporters say this is about keeping a consistent gun policy, but critics, including one city leader, believes it's simply too dangerous. It bans buyback programs run by local governments. Now, supporters say it's a waste of your money and it's ineffective. But local councilman, John Courage says this is really all about politics and it's not enough about safety.
Too many members of the Texas legislature have been bought and sold by the gun industry. And if you look and see all those people who voted for these regulations like this, you'll probably see all of them got money from the gun industry to support their re-election campaign.
That bill now heads to the governor's desk to be signed into law. 6:44 now on this Thursday. Developing this morning, Governor Greg Abbott officially signed House Bill 21 that stops out-of-jurisdiction developers from trying to exploit housing tax exemptions to lower income housing. News 4's Tawny Davis is live with more on how that bill will actually help local communities. Tawny, good morning.
Good morning. According to Governor Greg Abbott, this will fix a $16 billion market by reinstating local government approvals of housing tax exemptions that enforces rent cuts and restores tax fairness for affordable housing. Now, under the current law, Housing Finance Corporation entities formed by cities and counties that said that they were going to support local income housing have instead been exploited. Developers partnered up with out-of-jurisdiction HFCs to receive full property tax exemptions for multifamily housing, but with no rent reductions, local approval, or community benefit. HB 21 stops these kinds of partnerships from happening with new requirements to the local government code. This includes mandatory city or county approval for every HFC deal or project, at least 50% of all units set aside as affordable for low-income families, rent reductions equal to at least 50% of the tax savings, annual independent audits submitted to the state housing agency, and compliance deadlines for existing properties, 2027 for audits and 2035 for affordability. Now, these requirements apply to both new and existing deals, ensuring tax exemptions meet the legal requirement to serve a public purpose. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
All right, Tawny, thank you. There's also a bill to help in the squatting crisis on its way to the governor's desk. A squatter, of course, someone who occupies a property without legal permission or a title. The bill requires courts to act within 3 weeks after an eviction is filed. That law would go into effect next year. Across Texas, 3 people are facing charges for allegedly smuggling illegal migrants through a manhole in Laredo. The fire department there did remove 2 people from that hole. They turned them over to Border Patrol. Now, remember, back in March, officials say that 11 people were found coming out of a drain pipe. That's all about a mile from where this scene was. Self-driving cars hitting the streets of San Antonio, part of a test run by the tech company Waymo. That company rolled out its fleet of autonomous vehicles and tested them in select neighborhoods along some of the most major highways here in Bexar County. UTSA professor Samer Dasuki has studied all of this technology and says those cars could reduce accidents, he believes, by taking human error out of the equation.
Would that solve some of the issues we experience? The answer is yes, to some extent. Eliminating the human factor in some of the crashes we experience.
Waymo believes the goal here is to reduce distracted, tire, impaired driving. No timeline on when they would actually be used by the public here in San Antonio. SAISD students will be getting free meals this summer as part of the state's Seamless Summer Nutrition Program. That district will be giving meals to children 18 years and younger from June 2nd to August 1st, depending on the location. Breakfast served promptly at 7:30. Lunch will begin at 10:30, and 24 different schools are participating. Well, now that it's graduation season, there is a special tradition for students, at least in some school districts, when they put on their caps and gowns. It's something called the Elephant Walk, and it involves one final trip to their past, to their old school, to reflect on their accomplishments. News 4's Christina De Leon has more on this rite of passage. It's a good way to connect the past and the future. Christina?
Yeah, it certainly is. Good morning, everyone. It's called the Elephant Walk. It's a tradition that's been going on for years at some local school districts, and it's basically, the reason it's called that is because of how they walk, one behind the other, in elephant formation, so to speak. It's been going on at local high schools, and it's a lot of fun for those seniors, but it also gives those elementary schoolers basically a chance for those elementary schoolers to look up to those students and give them an opportunity to see what they can become when they get older. Well, it was definitely an exciting time for the Clemens and Steele High School seniors here at Green Valley Elementary School in shirts, and those little elementary schoolers as well. Some even saw teachers that they hadn't seen for years. As they walked through the halls on campus, they reflected on the years of hard work and dedication they put in through all their years of school. They also passed by the future generations of students and showed them what they could become. Now, we spoke to one senior about her plans on becoming a teacher and helping that next generation.
Just here to spread my light. I feel like I'm a very energetic person, and I am just here to show them that you can do it and that it's not that hard.
It's just a great tradition that we had started probably 5 or 6 years ago at SCUC, where they get to come back and just find out where it all started, because it's a lot of work those seniors have done.
It absolutely is a lot of work, and we want to extend our congratulations to all of the seniors from our entire area and wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors. We know you worked hard, and we want to say that you can do it. Your hard work has definitely paid off. So congratulations to the class of 2025. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. About 10 minutes away from 7 a.m., U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. will begin revoking visas of some Chinese students who are studying here in the States. He says this includes students with ties to the Chinese Communist Party or those studying in critical fields. This comes after Mr. Rubio paused issuing new visas for foreign students yesterday. China, by the way, the second largest country of origin for international students in the States, behind India. Well, it's a bit calm and if we're honest, boring weather-wise today, and we'll take that after what we've seen over the last couple of days. Interesting stat here. San Antonio Fire Department said they pulled off 25 high water rescues over the last 48 hours. Everyone safely, which is great news. Great work by those men and women. In one case, water rushed over West Commerce Street near Penn Road, trapping a man inside. Your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4 capturing exclusive video of this rescue. David Mendoza high above the sky. Great pictures right there. Crews using that ladder and bucket to get to him. There were also, as you know, backups along 281 near Brook Hollow. That was the story in the 6 a.m. hour yesterday morning. 4 cars stalled out. Folks either stayed in their car, some got out of their car. Many cars turned around on 281 and went the other way, which is a huge no-no, but thankfully everyone was safe there. There was also a water rescue along 35 and Salado Creek. Sky 4 over that one as well on the east side. And in this case, there were 2 people saved. The message, bottom line, from city first responders and city leaders, when you see a barricade, don't go through it, don't go around it. If you see a low water crossing where there isn't a barrier, but you see the water on the streets, don't go through it, don't go around it. Turn around and simply find another way. Bottom line, keep yourself safe and keep those first responders safe as well.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Calle.
Look, it's their job, and they do a heck of a job, obviously, but they'd probably like to just have a boring morning. And so when people do what they shouldn't be doing, then it puts them into action, and they're great at doing that. But you put yourself at risk and you put them at risk, and we don't need to be doing that.
Yes, like you said, if you do see an area where there's high water, even if it's not barricaded, don't attempt to go through, because you really don't know how deep the water is.
That's right.
And there's more water in the forecast. Late tonight, tomorrow morning, could have some heavy thunderstorms. Looks like the third and final complex of storms comes across the area. And I'll be tracking that for you. Here's what to expect. During the day today, much of the day is dry, but more rain chances as we go through tonight, tomorrow morning, and just some slight rain chances here over the weekend. Flooding, a big concern, and if there's any severe storms, we could also have some high winds and hail. There is a level 1 severe weather risk for the area later on tonight, and I'll show you that map in just a second. Check out these numbers. Rainfall amounts over the last 2 days. Stone Oak, almost 7 inches of rainfall there. Most of the heavy rain did hit the north side of town, northern Bexar County, so most of these are over northern Bexar County. At the airport, just over 4 inches of rainfall. And if we do see those storms coming in tonight, tomorrow morning, this is how much additional rain we could see. About a ½ an inch to an inch plus, starting in the western hill country, then moving to the east and southeast. Here in San Antonio, could pick up another inch of rain. As we go through the day, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds. A shower or thunderstorm possible just with the heating of the day and the sea breeze. For late this evening, it looks like the storms will develop there around San Angelo or Abilene. If that verifies, then that will be moving to the southeast, getting into the western hill country early tomorrow morning, and then progressing farther to the southeast into San Antonio. Late tomorrow morning, it should be drier, and then tomorrow in the afternoon, just a mix of sun and clouds. Lately, after the storms roll through, the atmosphere gets worked over, so it tends to kind of settle down, and that will likely be the case tomorrow. Here is the severe storm risk, level 1 here. Any thunderstorm that develops could produce some high winds and hail, but there is a level 2 risk where those storms are likely to develop late this evening across central Texas. Let's take you through this Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies through the morning, temperatures in the 70s. This afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds. At noon, we'll see low to mid 80s, and then this afternoon, topping out at 91. In the eastern zone, a high of 92 with the heat index as high as 102. 40% storm chance late tonight through early tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon through the weekend, just an isolated shower or thunderstorm possible. Going to keep that 20% rain chance through early next week. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. A 40% storm chance in the western zone early tomorrow morning. Hill country, also a 40% storm chance tomorrow morning. The eastern zone, it's mid to late Friday morning where there's a 40% storm chance, and then just a slight rain chance this weekend through early next week.
All right, Jeanette, thank you. One final check of the roads here through TransGuide, and then we'll check in with David Mendoza. Wurzbach, 21, that looks great. 37 at 410, all that looks good. There have been some issues downtown along 35. The lower level closed. Let's go high above the sky. David Mendoza in your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4. What a great shot. Where is that?
As I mentioned earlier, we're going to start to see some slowdowns at the Y in downtown as the traffic progresses through the morning. This is because of those closures. We've got a couple lanes blocked over here. This is the lower level of 35, causing a big slowdown, one of the biggest in the city at the moment. But that being said, drive safe. Have a great Thursday. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. One final look at the morning headlines. Big changes at Southwest Airlines. First, assigned seating. And now you got to pay for bags. The policy change went into effect yesterday. From now on, passengers will need to pay $35 for their first bag and $45 for a second bag. Good news here is if you booked a flight before yesterday, your bags will still be free. Southwest members could also still enjoy free bags. And one half of the NBA Finals is set. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the best team in the West all year, knocked out the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. They are the youngest team to reach the finals since the '77 Portland Trailblazers. They will play either the Pacers or Knicks. Indy leads their series 3-1.
Oh, who are you going for between the Knicks and the Pacers?
The Spurs.
Oh. Well, of course the Spurs, but they're not.
Not the Thunder.